Hey folks, Summer Robbins here, your real estate renter in Casper, Wyoming. Today I've got a fun one for you that's near and dear to my heart. We're going to be talking about why so many Californians are moving to Wyoming. As a California transplant that moved to Wyoming myself, I can attest to everything that we are going to cover in this video. You see, in 2021, my family and I moved from Southern California to beautiful Casper, Wyoming, and we aren't an anomaly. I talk to folks from my former home state all the time about moving here. Even if you aren't from California, this video might have some good nuggets that pertain to you as well, so stay tuned. Okay, so jumping right into it, there are a ton of Californians moving into Wyoming, and I think one of the main reasons folks are moving to Wyoming from California is that Wyoming feels like the America of simpler times. Almost reminiscent of times that maybe you or I grew up in. A time where kids could still ride their bikes down the street without fear or worry of what could happen, or maybe even just walk down to the local 7-Eleven and grab a snack after school. California used to be that way when I was growing up there, but unfortunately that just isn't the case any longer. But Wyoming does have many of these qualities still. But dialing in more to the specifics, let's talk about Wyoming's healthy lifestyle. With the abundant year-round outdoor recreation in Wyoming, it's easy to attract Californians. Wyoming also prides itself on things like local meat, dairy, and produce. Many Californians prioritize their health, and so making the move to Wyoming is congruent with that active lifestyle. In Casper specifically, we have Casper Mountain, which lends itself to hiking, mountain biking, trail running, and snowshoeing. We also have here in Casper Hagedon Ski Lodge, and that offers skiing, snowboarding, and now even night skiing. We also have one of my favorites, the Platte River Trails here in Casper, that offer phenomenal views of the river while you run, walk, or bike along the trails. Speaking of the river, we also have the North Platte River running right through Casper that offers superior fishing, kayaking, canoeing, or floating opportunities. And Alcova and Pathfinder reservoirs are just a short 30-minute drive from Casper where you can enjoy all of the water sports that your heart desires. Okay, moving on to our favorite topic, taxes.
There's nothing fun about it.
California has a ton of taxes. California has a state income tax of anywhere from 1% to 13%. California also has a corporate tax rate of just under 9%. Wyoming has neither a state income tax or a state corporate tax. California also has sales tax in the range of anywhere from 7% to 10%. Wyoming's sales tax is anywhere between 5% to 6%. California's property tax rate is around 1%, where Wyoming's is around 0.6%. But California's property taxes don't just end at the 1% acquisition tax. They also add on top of your base property tax rate special assessments for things like schools, local colleges, water or utility districts, emergency services, flood control, and the list just honestly goes on and on. California also has some subdivisions that have additional Mello-Roos taxes, which is a special tax district that sells bonds and levies taxes to fund new or additional community facilities or services. California also has hefty gas taxes and prices. I probably shouldn't tell you we're at around $2.11 right now for gas. Anyways, even these little additional fees that Californians pay that they don't even realize can add up. And I'm talking about things like the California bottle and can redemption fee that you pay when you purchase any bottled or aluminum can beverages, or the recent plastic bag fee that now Californians pay. These little fees can add up over time. And overall, according to the taxfoundation.org, California has one of the highest state and local tax burdens in the entire U.S., coming in at number 46. To the contrary, Wyoming ranks as having one of the lowest state and local tax burdens, coming in at number 2. So for folks looking to have breathing room in their budget, Wyoming just makes sense. Moving away from taxes, let's talk about housing. The average price of a home in the Los Angeles metropolitan area in 2023 was around $765,000. Compare that with Casper's average median sales price of $275,000. When folks from California see how much further their dollars go here in Wyoming, it really is amazing. Folks that I talk to from California cannot believe how much more they can get with their dollars here. It's predominantly our substantially lower housing costs that attribute to Wyoming having a cost of living that is 95% of the national average. Compare that to Los Angeles that has a cost of living that is 161% of the national average, or how about Denver that has a cost of living index that's 127% of the national average. Need I say more? Well, I will say more, but before I go on, I would like to remind you that if you are enjoying my content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you are thinking about relocating to Casper, don't hesitate to call, text, or email, or set up a one-on-one with me directly using the information and links below. Next, let's talk about traffic or lack thereof. Wyoming honestly doesn't know traffic. The 405 freeway in Southern California, which is one of the main arteries connecting northern Los Angeles County to southern Orange County, was literally everyone's nightmare to travel on. Not far behind it is the 5 freeway, especially where it bottlenecks between the 710 and 605 freeways passing through Norwalk. If you know, you know. In Wyoming, our major interstates are I-25 and I-80. The only traffic that I've experienced on either interstate has been due to construction and not due to extra congestion on the road. Even now, we have I-25 through Casper down to 1 lane in either direction in certain sections, and that's just due to construction. They're actually trying to widen it. And driving it in the mornings or the evenings is really a breeze. One thing that amazes me about road construction in Wyoming is that because we only have 2 seasons, which is winter and construction, road projects just seem to fly in Wyoming. Not so in California. It always seemed like Caltrans would make freeway projects go as long as they possibly could. Now, when it comes to our job market, Wyoming is in a constant state of hiring. Whether you are looking to get into the energy industry, mining, the health industry, education, local or state government, hospitality, or retail, there is something here for almost everyone who is looking for it. As of November 2023, Wyoming's unemployment rate was just 3%, tying with Montana, South Carolina, and Maine for the 15th lowest unemployment rate nationwide. And we can't talk about the differences between California and Wyoming without talking about firearms. There are some glaring differences between Wyoming and California when it comes to firearms. Wyoming is very pro-Second Amendment. Wyoming is an open carry and permitless concealed carry state. California generally prohibits open carry, and concealed carry in California is only allowed with a California concealed carry license. In terms of reciprocity, California does not honor any other state's concealed carry permits. Wyoming, on the other hand, honors permits from other states that recognize Wyoming permits. Another stark difference in gun laws is California law imposes a 10-day waiting period before a firearm can be released to a purchaser or transferee. There is no such waiting period here in Wyoming. Wyoming also allows for suppressors and magazines with over 10 rounds, whereas California does not. If you are a gun enthusiast, Wyoming is certainly your playground. Okay, last but certainly not least, people love moving to Wyoming from California because of the low population. Even though California has been consistently losing population for the last 3 years, the population had been gaining steadily for decades prior. California was a mecca for folks looking to get into the entertainment or tech industry while enjoying year-round sunshine. Sunshine is nice, but when it comes with a ton of people, crime, homelessness, and really, frankly, just a ton of problems, the low population in Wyoming allows you to enjoy peace, quiet, and the beautiful stars at night without a ton of city lights. All right, so wrapping up, Wyoming's two largest cities, Cheyenne and Casper, feel like the biggest small towns. Casper in particular has around 58,000 residents. The modest population here allows for a richer and more involved community. In Casper, you can enjoy the creature comforts of some of our favorite retail and restaurant chains while also enjoying unique boutiques and mom and pop restaurants. Casper enjoys an airport with daily connections to Denver and Salt Lake to make travel a breeze, and Casper is also home to the Ford Wyoming Center that has hosted concerts and events with major headliners like Cody Johnson and Pentatonics and the Goo Goo Dolls and the Styx. And so when it comes right down to it, Casper is a giant melting pot where old meets new, and folks from all walks of life are welcome. Wyoming answers the call to California's shortcomings. So with that said, if it is time for you to join the herd and make the move to Casper, Wyoming, please don't hesitate to call, text, or email me or schedule a one-on-one. I would love to help you make your next move. We will see you in the next one.